When we first met Adam Sandler, he was just a loud man who did some really funny voices on NBC's Saturday Night Live. But as he matured within the confines of his own humorous talent, he began to branch out. After he entered the rom-com circuit and discovered a great and unexpected chemistry with some Hollywood it females like Drew Barrymore and Jennifer Aniston, he was no longer just the one guy who performs the opera songs on SNL. But not everything he does is amusing to the audience. He can come across as more of a crass than likable at times, and when he decides to go the dramatic route, it's typically a hit or miss. So here are some of Adam Sandler's most uncomfortable and awkward scenes. At number 12, anytime he speaks in Little Nicky. Who would have thought that a movie about Satan's son would be, quite honestly, bad? Basically all of Hollywood sounds and people who actually greenlit this particular project. While the entire movie itself is cringeworthy, it's whenever Sandler speaks in a high-pitched voice as Nicky that makes people's ears bleed metaphorically. At number 11, the deer scene from Grown Ups 2. When it comes to the complete cast of the grown-up flicks, there are certain cringeworthy situations that stick out. In the sequel to the smash successful comedy film, a deer literally urinates in Sandler's face. Seriously guys, we didn't even want to see that. At number 10, literally the entire movie of Men, Women, and Children. Men, Women, and Children, Sandler's 2014 comedy drama, was yet another effort at drama, yet the entire picture was cringeworthy. It explores the hazards of the internet from the eyes of two distinct families. It's just an unsettling film in general, and Sandler just doesn't help the case. At number 9, the suit scene from Click. The film Click is about a man who discovers a remote control device that allows him to influence time in general. Only this time he discovers that he's missing his entire family's existence by constantly pressing the fast forward button. Sandler has to wear a fat suit in one scene to convey the impression of being overweight. This is never a good thing. At number 8, anytime Sandler broke the fourth wall in Going Overboard. Breaking the fourth wall in cinema or television when a character turns and speaks to the audience through the camera has always been a groundbreaking gesture, particularly in the 1980s. But when Adam Sandler overdid it in one of his early films, Going Overboard, it was just too much even by Adam Sandler standards. At number 7, all of Jack and Jill basically. There are a few Adam Sandler movies that we wish we could just forget, and Jack and Jill is definitely one of them. Sandler portrays two characters in this film, and one of them is an over-the-top version of himself, but as a woman. He plays fraternal twin siblings in the film, and the consequence is expected: disastrous. At number 6, discovering his wife's identity in Spanglish. This is one of our favorite Sandler films in which he manages to blend comedy and drama. There is one scene in the film that stands out when his wife, T. Leone, admits to being unfaithful during their marriage in a protracted outburst, and all Sandler can do is sit there with a distorted expression on his face. At number 5, the dinner scene with his mom in The Cobbler. The Cobbler is about a man who discovers a magical stitching machine that allows him to transform into other people by stepping into their shoes. To make his mother happy, he chooses to utilize his skills to become his father for an evening and have supper with her as him. She is dying, but it's simply weird. At number 4, yelling at Linda in The Wedding Singer. Don't get me wrong, The Wedding Singer is one of our favorite Sandler films because it just never gets old. But you have to agree, he does a lot of ranting in it, which is his signature, I get it. But when he does it right at the start when his girlfriend Linda is abandoning him, it's simply awkward even though she deserved it. At number 4, remember when Vanilla Ice played Mark Twain in Ridiculous 6? Allow me to yell from the rooftops for a moment. Who on earth approved this casting? Was it actually Sandler? Someone said, you know who would make a good Mark Twain? Taylor Lautner, Rob Schneider, Terry Crews, Nick Nolte, Luke Wilson, and Steve Buscemi. In a mock western starring Taylor Lautner, Bob Schneider, Terry Crews, Nick Nile, Luke Wilson, Steve Buscemi, and the man who sang Ice Ice Baby. Why? At number 3, the pitch scene from Sandy Wexler. This film, in which Sandler plays a talent agent, is generally unfunny throughout. However, there is one scene in this film that made everyone laugh. Sandy, Sandler, has a heart attack during a pitch meeting, and Kevin James, a ventriloquist client of his, has to pretend Sandy is still coherent during the meeting. At number 2, making out with Jennifer Aniston in Just Go With It. Just Go With It is your usual movie in which Sandler tries to land the crazily beautiful woman by having his slightly dumpy looking assistant, played by the never dumpy Jennifer Aniston, portray his ex-wife in order to make the gorgeous youngster woman jealous. Cliche at best, but when the lovely Aniston kisses Sandler, it just looks strange. And last but not least, at number 1, basically the end of Mr. Deeds. While Mr. Deeds isn't strictly a horrible film, it's really only good during the first half of the film, so by the conclusion, it's practically a yawn fest. So it's not really cringeworthy, but it's just quite dull. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Superstar 10s, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.